All right, number 1 asks us, what is 10% of 470? Pause to solve. So to take the percent of a number, you multiply that number and the percent as a decimal. So you could just plug that into your calculator, or some of you may know the shortcut, 10% of any number can be calculated by just scooting the decimal one place to the left. You get the answer of 47. So number 1 is B. Number 2, which equation has the same solution as the given equation? The solution to an equation is the value that makes it true, and the solution will make our equation true at any step in our solving process. So if I added 10 to both sides of this equation, the same solution would make it true because I maintained the equality by doing the same thing on both sides of the equation. Now, we just have to find which of these answer choices is equivalent to our given equation. When I look at the answer choices, I see I have 4x by itself on the left. So I'm going to create that situation, all right? So I rewrite my equation. How do I isolate 4x on the left? I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides, okay? And that gets me to 4x equals 12, and that is answer choice C. Okay, so that equation is equivalent to our given equation, and therefore it has the same solution. You don't need to know what the solution is. You just know it's the same solution. But if you're curious, the solution is 3. X equals 3. Number 3, the total cost in dollars to rent a surfboard consists of a $25 service fee and a $10 per hour rental fee. A person rents for T hours and intends to spend a maximum of $75, which inequality represents the situation. I have gone ahead and highlighted the key phrases in this word problem. We have the $25 service fee. That means you get charged it one time. So no matter how long you surf, your starting cost is $25. Then a $10 per hour rental fee. That clues us in that that is a rate, $10 per hour. And if we understand rates in word problems, we know that that's going to get attached to a variable. So our inequalities are all the same on the right side. The only thing you need to distinguish to get this answer choice right is the correct thing to put on the left. So I know that I'm going to start with a cost of $25. For every hour I surf, I'm going to pay another $10. So this is the expression that represents that, 25 plus 10t, and it needs to be less than or equal to 75. So the answer choice is D. The function g is defined by g of x equals x squared plus 9, for which value of x is g of x 25. This is actually a pretty simple problem. Sometimes students get confused by the function notation, so f of x, g of x. This is a simple substitution, so we're going to take g of x and plug in 25. Okay, 25 equals x squared plus 9. This, I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. Then I get x squared equals 16. I already took the square root on both sides because I'm using the inverse operation to isolate x. And that gives me positive or negative 4 as the possible solution values for x. Well, when we turn and look at our multiple choice options, positive 4 is the only solution listed. So the correct answer is A. Number 5. Each face of a fair 14-sided die is labeled with a number 1 through 14, with different numbers appearing on each face. If a die is rolled one time, what is the probability of rolling it 2? Okay, this is a probability problem. So when we're taking the probability, our formula is the desired outcome over the total outcomes. Okay, so how many desired outcomes do we have in this case? 1. Rolling a 2 is one possible outcome. How many total outcomes are there? Well, how many sides are there on the die? There are 14 numbers that we could possibly roll. So one desired outcome, even though it's the number 2, right? But one desired outcome out of 14 total possibilities. When we plug in those values, we get 1 over 14, and that's the correct answer choice, A. So a printer produces posters at a constant rate of 42 posters per minute. At what rate in posters per hour does the printer produce the posters? What a tongue twister. 42 posters per minute. That is a rate, okay? And they want us to move to per hour, so they're basically asking for us to do a unit conversion in a rate. How do we do that? Well, first we're going to write what they gave us, 42 posters per minute. Okay, I'm foreshadowing my work here. I want to cancel minutes. I want the bottom unit to be hours, so I need to put a minute value in the numerator of my conversion factor to create a cancellation. So I know that I'm going to have minutes. And I'm moving to hours, so I do 60 minutes in 1 hour. Okay, once I use that conversion factor, minutes will cancel. I will do the math, and then the remaining units are posters per hour. This is what we get. My units for posters are cut off, but 2,520 posters per hour. That's all I have for today. I'd be happy to make videos about any of the topics I just covered. Please like, subscribe, follow, all of the above, and have a great week learning and doing math.